Dance movement therapy is the psychotherapeutic use of movements and dance to support intellectual, emotional, and motor functions of the body. Beneficial for both physical and mental health. Dance therapy can be used for stress reduction, disease prevention, and mood management. In addition, dance or movement therapy's physical component offers increased muscular strength, coordination, mobility, and decreased muscular tension. Dance movement therapy can be used with all populations and with individuals, couples, families, or groups. In general, dance therapy promotes self-awareness, self-esteem, and safe space for the expression of feelings. Dance is probably one of the oldest art forms, dependent as it is on non-verbal use of one's own body to communicate. Using dance therapeutically to lift spirits of or remove evil spirits is ancient as well. Dance has been an important part of self-expression, ceremonial and religious events. Dance movement therapy, a creative arts therapy, is rooted in the expressive nature of dance itself. Dance is the most fundamental of arts, involving a direct expression and experience of oneself through the body. It is a basic form of authentic communication, and as such, it is an especially effective medium for therapy. Based in the belief that the body, the mind, and the spirit are interconnected, dance or movement therapy is defined by the American Dance Therapy Association as the psychotherapeutic use of movements as a process that furthers the emotional, cognitive, social, and physical integration of the individual. History and philosophy of dance movement therapy. Dance has been used therapeutically for thousands of years. It has been used as a healing ritual in the influence of fertility, birth, sickness, and death since early human history. Over the period from 1840 to 1930, a new philosophy of dance developed. In Europe and the United States, defined by the idea that movement could have an effect on mover vis-a-vis, that dance was not simply an expressive art. The roots of dance movement therapy can be traced to the early 20th century and the work of dance movement therapy DMT pioneer Marian Chase. Chase was a modern dancer in Washington, D.C., who began teaching dance after ending her career with the Denishon Dance Company in 1930. Word spread of the dance students reported feeling of well-being after they mentally unburdened themselves through dance, and doctors became intrigued. They began to send their patients to Chase, many of whom were people with psychiatric illness. Later, Chase became part of the staff of St. Elizabeth's Hospital in Washington, D.C. and studied at the Washington School of Psychiatry. While at St. Elizabeth's, Chase's method began to attract others, and by the 1950s, dance therapy became the subject of the serious study at the faculty. Dance movement therapy gained even greater legitimacy with the formation of the American Dance Therapy Association, ATDA, in 1966, with Marian Chase fittingly serving as the first president. Today, ADTA works to promote the highest standards of education and practice in this field. It maintains the registry of dance and movement therapists who must meet stringent standards of education and clinical practice. The American Dance Therapy Association, ADTA, started with 73 charter members and has expanded into 955 professionals and 255 non-professional members in 2000. With international members in Argentina, Australia, Canada, England, France, Germany, Hong Kong, Ireland, Israel, Italy, Japan, Korea, Mexico, Norway, Puerto Rico, Scotland, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, and the Netherlands. In addition, there are currently national dance and movement therapy organizations in many international locales, including Italy, Japan, Germany, and France. A brief timeline of important events and dates in the history of dance and movement therapy are as follows. 1916, the idea of dance as a psychotherapy was first recorded by Carl Gustav Jung. His original paper was widely circulated but remained unpublished until 1957. 1942, Marian Chase, one of the founders of modern dance and dance therapy, was invited to work at St. Elizabeth Hospital in Washington, D.C. 1947, Trady School began working in facilities with schizophrenic patients. She pioneered the combination of comedy and dance therapy working jointly together. 1950, Authentic Movement was created by Mary Whitehouse. Authentic movement is a branch of dance therapy that involved deep inner listening and expressive movements. 1966, the American Dance Therapy Association was founded. ADTA advocates nationally and internationally for the development and expansion of dance therapy training and services. The first president of ADTA was Marian Chase. 1977, dance therapy was represented on President Carter's Commission on Mental Health. 1993, the Office of Alternative Medicine of the National Institute of Health awarded one of its first exploratory research grants to investigate dance therapy for those with medical illness. 1993, the Authentic Movement Institute was founded. 1993, the National Center for Complementary and Alternative Medicine of the National Institute of Health awarded the ADTA one of the first grants to explore dance therapy in patients with medical illness. Principles of dance and movement therapy. The theory of dance movement therapy is based mainly upon the belief that body and mind, both conscious and unconscious movements of the person based on the dualist mind-body premise, affects total functioning and also reflects the individual's personality. Therefore, the therapist-client relationship is partly based on non-verbal cues such as body language. Movement is believed to have symbolic functions and as such can aid in understanding the self. Movement improvisation allows the client to experiment with new ways of being, and DMT provides the manner of channel in which the client can consciously understand early relationships with negative stimuli through non-verbal meditation by therapist. Though the unity of the body, mind and spirit, DMT provides a sense of wholeness to the individual. The body refers to the discharging of energy through muscular skeletal responses to stimuli received by the brain. The mind refers mental activities such as memory, imaginary, perception, attention, evaluation, reasoning and decision making. The spirit refers to the subjectively experienced state of feelings in engaging in or emphatically observing dancing. Dance therapy works to improve the social skills as well as relation dynamics among the clients that choose to participate in it to better improve their quality of life. Though this form of therapy, clients will gain a deeper sense of self-awareness through a process that involves movement, motion and realization of one's body. Dance therapy is different from other forms of rehabilitation treatment because it allows creative repression and is more holistic, meaning it treats the full person, mind, body and spirit. Approaches for the dance and movement therapy. Dance therapists believe that the body, mind, and emotions are interrelated and that the state of the body has a positive and negative effect on our attitude and feeling. Illness, injury, emotional and physical trauma can cause us to become out of balance, and our way of expression and functioning in the world changes as well. Dance therapy seeks to open up this restriction by allowing the patients to uncover and express them in movements, integrating and accepting them as art of the whole. It also provides a means of communication beyond the self, enabling the individuals to go beyond any isolation to connect, share, and express common grounds with others. Dance therapy provides can be helpful for a wide range of patients and problems. It is useful for those with restricted movement or of movement, whether from arthritis, aging, degenerating diseases, or other causes. For the chronically ill or dying, it can aid in dealing with issues of death, pain, and changes in body images. Children who don't have the patience or attention span for other forms of therapy can benefit from the openness that comes with expressive dance. Adults whose emotions have been buried or who are not in touch with their feelings, as well as victims of abuse who are otherwise unable to articulate their problems, may find insight and release through dance. Even those confined to wheelchairs can move their upper body in response to musical rhythms. Dance therapy can assist in interpersonal relationship within the family and can serve as communicator for those with speech and learning disabilities and autism. It is also a mean of relaxation and stress reduction. Dance's expressive elements may also add an aesthetic and spiritual dimension to the experience. An evolving area of dance therapy is in disease prevention and health promotion programs for the chronically ill. Horowitz, in her article Healing in Motion, Dance Therapy Meets Diverse Needs, she identifies the following as goals of dance therapy. 1. To foster a physically and emotionally safe, non-judgmental environment that is respectful of individual limitations and achievements. 2. To facilitate individual expression and communicate with the other people. 3. To increase body awareness, spontaneity, creativity, and a healthy self-image. 4. To promote and integrate emotional stability, including anger management and stress reduction. 5. To support personal growth through insight, energy, and an expanded movement repertoire. According to Dr. Fran Levy, author of the Dance and Other Expressive Art Therapies, when words are not enough, body movements reflect inner emotion states and changes in movements, behavior, and it can lead to change in the psyche, thus promoting health and growth. In 1993, the Office of Alternative Medicine, now the National Center for Complementary and Alternative Medicine of the National Institute of Health, awarded the American Dance Therapy Association one of the first of grants to explore dance movement therapy in patients with medical illness. Dance movement therapy uses movement to help people express their thought and feelings, improve their physical health, and connect with others. It is based on the idea that the body and the mind are related to each other. For instance, your thoughts and feelings can create muscle tensions, stiffness, and pain in the body. And this tension and pain in turn affect how you feel and think, your mood and your well-being. The American Dance Therapy Association set the standards of training and competency in the dance therapy movement. In addition, there are other schools of dance therapy that provide training. Authentic movement is derived from Jung's movements analysis theory. In authentic movement, the patient moves when he or she feels the impulse to do so, working with recurring thoughts and dream as they seek insight into the self. The patient is called the mover and the therapist the witness. The Freudian technique, unconscious feelings are revealed and explored through the dance process. In object relations techniques, dance provides a means to explore problems that may have arisen out of the early relationship with one's parents. The physical nature of the dance allows the patient to act out and express uncovered feelings. The purpose of the American Dance Therapy Association. Since its founding in 1966, ADTA has worked to establish and maintain high standards of professional education and competence in this field. ADTA stimulates communication among dance, movement therapists, and members of allied professionals through publications of ADTA newsletter, the American Journal of Dance Therapy, monographs, bibliographies, and conference proceedings. ADTA holds an annual conference and supports formation of regional groups, conferences, seminars, workshops, and meetings throughout the year. For over 50 years, dance movement therapists have been pioneers in the in-depth understanding of how the body and mind interacts in health and in illness, be it an illness of the mind which is embodied or illness of the body that impacts on mental functioning and spirit. Whether the issue is the will to live, a search for a meaning or motility, or ability to feel love for life, for dance movement therapy healing has always meant mobilizing resources for that place within where body and mind are one. The process of therapy. The dance movement therapy process has 4 stages which occur during dance movement therapy and can be a creative time for both the therapist and the patients. Each stage contains a smaller set of goals which correlates to the larger purpose of dance movement therapy. The stage and goal of dance movement therapy vary with each individual. Although the stages are progressive, the stages are usually revisited several times throughout the entire DMT process. The 4 stages are: 1. Preparation, the warm-up stage. A safe space is established without obstacles nor distractions. A supportive relationship with a witness is formed. Comfort for a participant to be familiar with moving with their closed. 2. Incubation. Leader verbally prompts participants to go into subconscious, open-ended imaginary used to create an internal environment that is catered to the participant, relaxed atmosphere and symbolic movements. 3. Illumination. Process which is integrated through conscious awareness via dialogue with witness, self-reflection in which the participant uncover and resolve subconscious motivations. Increased self-awareness can have positive and negative effects. And 4. Evaluation, to discuss insights and significance of the process, prepare to end the therapy. How it works? There are various different theories based on how the dance movement therapy works. Having as part of a group overcomes isolation, encourages and reinforces social and generates positive feelings. Rhythmic movement lessens muscular rigidity, increases energy, the ability to move without regimen in a spontaneous way, reinforce and trust it in one's action. And the creative aspect of dance therapy encourages self-esteem and allows the individual to think in new ways. On physical level, dance therapy provides exercise, which in turn improves health with coordination and muscle tone. The actual movement increases circulation, resulting in of tissues, including those in brains. Dance affects the emotions and may stimulate reducing stress and heightening positive feelings. The range of expression through mood, release of repressed emotions, anger, frustration and loss. The mental activity needed to perform postures and series of movements can result in time and coordination as well as enhancing cognitive skills, motivation and memory. And the expression may enable patients to focus away from pain to a pleasurable experience. Description of a session of treatment. The therapeutic experience is truly a dialogue between the patient and the therapist. Dance is a one-to-one basis to deal with personal emotional issues. Groups are used when the emotional support is desired. Groups also allow for increased communication and help to re-establish physical boundaries with others. Treatment is always individualized and many other techniques the dance therapist uses like art, drama and music or talk therapy. Sometimes the therapist may move with the patient in order to support their expressions by emphatic mirroring. Other therapists are purely as observers. Others still may do their response to those of the patient, which provide feedback and encourages the patient in it. For the initial consult, the therapist and the patient will discuss goals for the treatment. The sessions, loose comfortable clothes should be worn, allowing for freedom of movement. No prior experience is needed. To determine the regimen for an individual, the therapist might evolve body gestures and movement patterns in response to the particular emotion and psychological and then explore movement options that open a wider range of possible responses. As the therapist will observe and learn about the way the patient moves and walks about the note of posture, breathing, body, shape, etc. Treatment goals are determined and discussed, patient and plan of action and time framework is agreed upon. Pros may be used, can carried out as part of the actual movement regimen. Goals are reviewed throughout the treatment and re-evaluated. Since dance requires learning and involves becoming active and discovering capabilities of movement, there is also the physical training that could provide benefits as well. There are many known physical and psychological benefits of exercise, which is a key component of the dance therapy. Consequently, dance has been shown to be effective as a preventive measure for ailments such as heart disease, diabetes, osteoporosis, and hypertension. Dancing may be considered more uplifting and enjoyable than other types of exercises due to its incompetitive and free spiritual nature. Because becoming a dance therapist requires a graduate degree of at least a master's level, the undergraduate track that a student chooses to take is very important as well. There is no specific undergraduate degree that a student is required to obtain. However, it is highly recommended that they choose a degree in behavioral science like psychology or in something related to dance such as performing arts. There are only 6 ADTA approved master's programs from which to earn registered dance or movement therapist, that is RDMT credentials. Antioch University, New England in New Hampshire, Columbia College Chicago in Illinois, Drexel University in Pennsylvania, Lesley University in Massachusetts, Naropa University in Colorado, and Pratt University in New York. Each of these programs require 2 or 3 years study. Students are expected to complete 60 to 62 credit hours along with an internship or practicum of 2 to 4 semesters. Those with a master's or doctoral degree in human services related fields may have the options to become an RDMT via alternate routes. There are 5 universities in United Kingdom that offer graduate program in dance or movement therapy and have been approved by ADMP of UK. Dance Voice Therapy and Education Centre, Bristol, Derby University, Goldsmiths University of London, University of Roehampton and Queen Margaret University of Edinburgh, Scotland. Goldsmith University even offers a doctoral degree in dance therapy. Each of these programs require 2 or 3 years of study, depending on whether the student chooses to take a full-time or part-time track. The curriculum is quite rigorous. The students are expected to complete a total of 240 credit hours or more in the short time they are enrolled. Along with the regular coursework, students are obliged to undergo psychotherapy while in the program. Most programs also require that each student create their own method of dance therapy prior to graduation.